Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Jade Cocoon 2. In the last episode, we finished off all of the forests. We're no longer any forests, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the forest wrap-ups, see all those extra cutscenes, and so on and so forth, fight some more Beast Hunter battles, etc., etc. So, basically, here's the deal with this episode, though. First of all, you probably notice it sounds drastically different. This is because my old headset just had... You guys have heard the audio issues that I've been having with my new headset. So that was a thing. Grab me some more hide spores, because obviously I'm going to want to really abuse them during this. But here's the thing. I recorded this episode with my old headset, and it was just... The audio quality was just completely unusable. So what I did then is I got myself a Blue Snowball, a desktop microphone, which I'm using now, and this is actually post-commentary, so... It's going to be very disjointed to what's actually going on the screen, but considering the fact that these forest wrap-up videos take a good 5 or 6 hours to record, and I did not want to do that again because they're really, really annoying to do, and B, nothing really plot relevant is happening, I figured it's okay to just do a post-commentary episode. So we get a bit of a post-commentary LuckySevenDX. It's been well over a year since I've had to do that, so that's actually kind of interesting. But yeah, Jade Cocoon 2. Because, yeah, I think it was, before it was probably 2 years then, because it was before the Heart Gold Let's Play, when I stopped doing post-commentary, so that's kind of interesting. But I started the Fire Forest, even though I have a quest in the Wind Forest, I believe, I started the Fire one just because I have so many hide spores that, I had a ton of hide spores, so I wanted to waste them with the Fire Forest, and then I could replenish them with the Wind Forest. So, use a bunch of the hide forest to get rid of all those stupid monkeys, happy monkeys, and then you get the Wind Forest. So, I ended up fighting a Kahu early on, which is always a fun time. So, I'm getting actually really close to getting... I believe that I have a bunch of medals of 6 medals, a bunch of beasts, types of 6 medals, so I'm getting really close to being able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to actually end up doing all of... And also, what the heck is this with this formation? One can't attack, one just uses protect. What the heck is the point of this formation, Kahu? It's just all sorts of silly. So, obviously I squared my Earth formation, that's what I always do, setting up my defenses and whatnot. Dealing a pretty decent amount of damage. His Protect does increase his defenses, but it doesn't matter because I have Explode, do an instant 150 damage. So, yeah, going through the Fire Forest first, like I said, then I attack the Wind Forest next, just kind of how it works. And then the Earth and the Water Forest, which are always easier anyway because you can avoid a lot of enemies in the Earth Forest, and the Water Forest foes tend to not be too difficult compared to the Wind and the Fire Forest ones. I mean, the Fire Forest has happy monkeys and instant death people, and the Wind Forest has those confusion guys, and we both know I don't want to deal with those confusion guys. So Kamikaze hit doesn't really do a lot of damage when he attacks my tank, but it does break my barrier at least. So at least his fire formation's decent, but I would hope so, this being the Fire Forest and all. So like I said, I'm going to get a lot of these medals here, get close to 7, or get 7 for a lot of them, 8 being the maximum. So I think the way I'm going to do is I'm not going to show off every Beast Hunter getting 8, because it takes a long time to find these things. Also, he has the Petrification. Fun, but it doesn't really matter against my Water Formation, because A, I can block it half the time, and B, even if he did hit me, I would heal it with my status effect removal anyways. So the Water Formation, like I've said a few times, very resistant to status effects. I mean... The Water Formation, the whole point of the Water Formation is to, be immune to status effects. It's supposed to be the Wind's counter. And, well, considering I can do damage, it certainly actually ends up being a counter after all, because if you're not doing damage in the Water Formation, that's the thing, you're not really going to do much against these status inflictors. And it actually does land the Petrify on me, but it doesn't quite matter, like I said, because he goes slower than my status healer, which kind of works out really well, because now I go, and I still get to do damage, and finish off this Beast Hunter. So next video, or the video after that, I'm not going to be tackling the, I'll be taking on a lot of the Beast Hunters just to get the 8th medals, but those will all be things that happen, I'm not going to do it for everyone, just the ones that I end up having 6 or 7 in, not the ones I have, because there's some Beast Hunter types like Maus, I think, I have only 4 in, for example, so there's really, it's just going to be a lot of hassle, or Alcos, I haven't fought a lot of Alcos. So I'll do them for all the ones like this one that I have 7 in, because it just requires a little more fight. So that'll probably be in a few episodes from now. There's another thing I'm probably going to do next episode that we'll talk about once we actually see it, because it's something that happens, I believe, in one of the later forests. Anyway, that takes care of the Kahu fight. So that's actually, I think this is just the first floor still. So yep, this is just the first floor. Still have happy monkeys everywhere, which is a pain in the butt. But, yeah, there's no getting around this one. I don't want to waste a hype spore for that. So I just cut that battle out, and we get to our next battle, which is against the Chew/Og trainer, which is really weird because they still call them both of them.
You see the match yesterday?
I guess it's, I don't know, they call them Chews, but they're also Ogs. I never really understood that. It's just kind of weird, so, oh, he's talking about reversals, and we've seen these conversations so many times. I apologize if I talk over any important conversations, because it's post-commentary. I'm not really, like, as much in sync with the actual video as I usually am. But, oh good! It's an instant death guy, because we need to see more of that. At least he's probably only gonna have 4. Yeah, he only has 4, so not the end of the world. But oh, they use instant death too. Oh good. Oh good, we need more instant death in our life. At least he doesn't seem to be hitting anyone. I guess now, does the water formation resist instant death more? Because I got a guard status there. I wonder, does death count as a status effect? Well, it doesn't matter because he kills my Ramakite user, which is annoying. At least he only has 2 instant deaths, not 3, because otherwise it'd be obnoxious. We usually don't see me take damage. That's a bit different, I suppose. Anyway, we set up a barrier, which doesn't really help at all when you're fighting against people who can use, add Water Might. But we can at least go into our Wind formation and put some confusion on if he stays in that formation, which he doesn't. At least he goes into a Wind formation, which can't possibly have instant death, so that's not a big deal in the end. We do get confusion off and actually kill one of the instant death users, which makes my life easier. And he has sleep and instant death. Man, Chew trainers are annoying. That's just cruel. So he puts me to sleep, but he doesn't put anyone in my fire formation to sleep, so I can still go to my fire formation and kill his other instant death user. And that'll be good. I still have full heal books, and like I said, once we get through these next couple episodes, we're gonna be doing the arena, and you can't use books in the arena as far as I can remember. So, in essence, it doesn't really matter to use if we're gonna be using books or not. So might as well use these full heal books now. So what I can do is I can go to my water formation, get some damage here because I need the experience in this formation. It's not gonna be enough to kill him though. So, I mean, these guys are actually fairly tanky. That's a good chunk of damage. It still survives. Sleep, probably not going to impact anyone because it's the water formation. And I can now use a full heal book right now to bring PK back to life, and I'll stay in the water formation and finish him off because I have damage in my water formation. So, I mean, yeah, having an MP heal or a revive is really nice to have in the water formation as well. But I like having the damage is definitely a good alternative too, because having damage in every formation can be helpful. It's always killing off your opponent's Divine Beast is always a good thing. So keep that in mind. Anyways, he gives up because he's out of Divine Beast.
Good one. That hurts.
Yeah, I don't think he even hit you though, so you shouldn't really be in too much pain. We just kind of kill all your friends. We've left you alive! Also, Madame can now merge, so that's a thing. We'll be merging her soon. Just because, like I said, getting a little bit of extra experience going on. So, that'll be good.
But you're fighting aggressively too, right?
Of course. I never once pulled my punches in a battle.
Good for you. So that leaves us with 4, yeah, like I said, 4 Og medals. So we actually get a new Og, so we'll hash that at the end of this part of this episode, because like I said, it's going to be divided into 3 parts basically. It's how the footage ended up being. Look at this, I can actually mention how the footage is going to end up beforehand, because this is post-commentary. Awesome! Anyway,
Battles are good.
I guess we're going to talk to him again.
Or lose. Refreshing.
That's a good attitude to have, sir. Anyway, that takes care of that, Chew. So, on to the next cutscene.
What's up? Huh?
We get to talk with Nam.
Wrong? Hey, Kahu. Did you ever want to grow up quick?
Wow, you're getting all philosophical here, Nam.
What's this all of a sudden? What's wrong? You know, getting big and much, much stronger.
Just sit tight and you'll get big, right? You are growing after all. But little Nam is more popular, right?
Is that all you can say? I want to get stronger.
Nam cares more about getting stronger than getting popular. Man, after all this time, though, all you care about is getting stronger again?
Get big. Every day. Every day. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Way to just undo all your character growth. I mean, that was the whole problem, is that you wanted to be stronger. Well, I guess, I mean, there's a difference between being arrogant and wanting to get stronger that way and actually, you know, being philosophical and stuff about that, I suppose. So, I guess there's a difference. I don't know. Anyway, I think this is like the 3rd or 4th floor. I don't know, but I actually run into a Kahu here, so That's the thing. And once again, it's another one of these ones that are just the baby is in there instead of the parent guarding it. So I don't know. As much as I shouldn't keep these ones in, it doesn't really matter too much. It's interesting to see that, like, you know, there's baby ones that appear for some reason. So blast chance. I mean, it's just the D rank version of the skill, so it's no big deal. And they're just babies. I just go to my fire formation because I don't really want to care about this fight going for too long. Although without the defense drop, you know, the fire formation doesn't have as much of a punch if you think about it. Because I kill one of them, but I don't kill all of them, so in the end, actually, not actually that effective. So I go get some experience from other formations. Putting my defenses up, obviously important. So that's a thing. They're not really doing too much damage. Half of them being babies does make an actually pretty big difference. So that's always good. So we kill the baby one, I believe, yeah. And then I kind of have a choice between. Actually, I guess the water formation might be able to. He might be able to survive a hit in the water formation here. So I'm glad that passed me, decided to be smart and do that, because I forgot the outcome of this. Like I said, not only is his post-commentary, it's been like 2 weeks since I recorded this, so this is still like, I don't remember a lot of this stuff, unfortunately. Because, you know, it took me a couple weeks for the mic to even come in the first place after recording this. So yeah, he does survive, so everyone gets experience today. You get experience, everybody gets experience, yeah! Very exciting. Anyway, what are we doing? Wind formation, obviously. Need the experience. Sam McKillna. Gonna punch him in the face with my claws. Boom! Face punch. It's very exciting. So, Kahu wins another battle. We get the egg if we so choose. Did I take the egg? Well, Fu leveled up, but no, that's irrelevant. Do I take the egg? I take the I don't have root in my inventory, so buy Melix for 5, which apparently I pick. Or actually, yeah, there we go. It's smarter to use that. Give it to someone who needs it, like Scooter. Because Scooter goes through MP a lot, but he has a ton of MP. He has like more MP than he does HP, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we have this egg, but that's okay. So what's next in the world of the Fire Forest? What plot do we have today?
Hey, Woo.
We have Woo! We haven't seen Woo in a long time, actually. Do you do tournaments?
Let me see. A few. Long ago.
This conversation is actually really interesting.
How do you think I could do right now?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Thinking about that, eh? You're not full-fledged yet.
Okay, I beat Levant, sir.
Those who come to those who work hard. You should train with Nico.
How would Nico help us anyway? She's just a fairy. She just kind of floats around. She can't really help with our
Results
training.
are not everything and not absolute. Refine yourself. Understood.
Okay, that's good. Words of wisdom as usual from Woo. I can dig that. You're a cool guy, Woo. Even if you're a little weird sometimes. It's all good. So... Oh, now the other interesting thing is, because this is the first time doing these forests, so one thing you have to wonder is, do they have the boss fights again? And you'll see the answer to that question really soon. It's kind of a bit interesting, actually.
Okay. You can try my new formation.
So we get to fight a Drac trainer, as always. Very exciting. So we got 3 in the water formation, I believe 1 in the fire formation. Being a fire, you know, being in the fire forest wouldn't be surprising. And yeah, 1 in the fire formation. So he seems to have a lot of healing. So, but the thing is, I mean, you can have 3. Okay, he only has 2 healers, and he has lifesteal, so he's stealing our MP, which is always obnoxious because there goes a bunch of my MP. Lifesteal is just obnoxious. There's nothing worse than someone who does MP damage, because you're just like, man, I spent so long trying to... That's the one thing my water formation doesn't fix, is MP. Because I kind of work on rotating my formation around to balance the MP out that way. So it's not really... I don't really waste that much MP. Admittedly, having Tissue Light to heal my MP would be a good benefit. It's something I should probably consider someday. Well, it's kind of a bit too late to consider that now, but it's something I should have considered, because that would have been helpful, but... Like I said, it's a trade-off between damage and MP heal, really. And especially in the arena, you can generally balance your MP decently enough to get through like the 3 or 4 matches that you need to do, so... I don't know, just my personal philosophy. Honestly, I would have probably admit that giving an MP heal probably would have been stronger. That probably would have been true. But, oh well, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, get some good damage on Hero Soldo, but I'm probably going to be attacking his face directly. I'm surprised he stayed in this formation. He only has 3 hits, and, well, if I didn't have something that hit the Divine Beast instead of him, I would actually killed him right there. So, that certainly is a thing. So, once again, he just keeps healing, which I guess negates the damage I did of Soldo, but it doesn't matter because I'm going for his face. So it's kind of a bit irrelevant. Anyway, I've been my 3 formations. The water formation does need some experience, so we'll switch to that and see what his fire formation has. Is this just give me a limit break, or is he gonna actually have a different move? Because I know that Drac has limit break, but I don't know what else is going on with that. So does a lot of damage, about half his health. That's what I expected. And no, he has Soldo, so doing damage to all my Divine Beasts. But do I still have a barrier? No, I don't have a barrier up. But even then, that's not that much damage. I don't even have Ramakite up, I think, and I still took that pretty easily. My water formation does not take physical hits very well, but it does have a fairly good amount of spirit. So it could have a pretty good magic resist. And then he just goes into this formation again. I guess he just has a Death Wish, because I'm just going to go ahead and finish him off. Boom! Done. Once again, Face Claw!
I failed. How could you be so tough?
Well, once again, you should probably have more than 4 Divine Beasts, and you shouldn't put them all in the water formation, because that's not going to help you. Especially because, I mean, Lifesteal is annoying because of MP damage, but it doesn't really do that much damage, so it's a trade-off there, and generally the damage wins you fights, not hurting their MP. Hurting their MP just is annoying.
Don't get full of yourself.
Yeah, well, you should try harder.
Take this.
So how many Drachmails do I have? I have 6.
Gee, you've got a lot.
Could be possible to get a Drac.
This too.
Oh man! Revive
Farewell.
What does that do? That's interesting. Yeah, 6 might show off the Drac. We'll see how that works, but Revive Ruby. Well, it's basically Resurrect, so although Full Heal seems like it would do better than that, because Full Heal is a full Resurrect, and that's just
that formation.
a normal Resurrect, which just gets back to 1
What did I do
HP.
wrong?
So, once again, 4 Divine Beasts all in the water formation. Well, 3 of them in the water formation. Not the most effective formation. So, I believe that's pretty much the most of the Fire Force there. I know there's still a floor left to go, though, so I guess we'll transition to that in a bit. I apparently was talking a lot during... Oh, yeah, that's right, I'm just finishing off these this floor, I guess. And, yeah, I'm avoiding most of the money and stuff, because it's not really worth it. Anyway, getting to the next floor, though, you hear that noise. There actually is a boss. The boss does respawn in these final forests. However, as you remember, the boss that we fought in the Fire Forest before was the form of a little Foo. You know, that one. Also, he just one-shots my Divine Beast here. So, yeah, so the bosses basically rotate between the 5 different ones you've encountered. This one, definitely a bit stronger than the Kahu, because it pretty much just instantly one-shots my Divine Beast. Granted, I now have a barrier up, so I'm going to actually go ahead and just use the Full Heal book now, because I want to stay in this, He just one-shot my tank, though! Yeah, they do a lot of damage. This one especially. It's the evolved form of the Happy Monkey, of course it would do a bunch of damage. But yeah, it basically rotates between, you can get any one of the 5 different Divine Beasts, or any of one of the 5 different bosses that you fought in the previous floors. So, that's actually kind of cool. We end up fighting this one instead. And you do always get a reward for it, so it's a good way to grind your Divine Beast, considering you can get, you know, more of those stat boosting items. You can continue to do these forests over and over again, and continue to boost your guys that way. So it's an option. Try to get the confusion on him, fail, unfortunately. Shockwave does penetrate barriers. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think that's something I discovered during this cycle. I did not know that Shockwave actually penetrates through barriers. So, yeah, it actually will go through the barrier and hit the beast in the middle behind it. So, another interesting perk for Shockwave. I've never really used it because I have both a Soldo and Killer Chance going before my Shockwave user. Unfortunately, you know, my Shockwave user is slow, which is kind of inefficient. It's better to have a faster Shockwave user than a slower one. But unfortunately, that's not how things worked out. It's still a strong move in its own right, so I don't mind having it that way. The reason I did that is so when I gave Explode, it would keep both the HP boosts and I wouldn't lose a Mago. So that was the plan behind that. Anyway, Soldo hits, doing quite a bit of decent damage. He definitely still does a lot of damage, though. He breaks those barriers pretty fast. He just chunks your Divine Beasts. I had Ramakite up and everything, and that time I did not have Ramakite up, and that did a ton of damage, so... Ow. Yeah, I kind of played this first. I kind of underestimated these bosses. Don't underestimate these bosses. They're fairly... Like, I didn't go and get Ramakite, and that actually one-shots Madame. So... I kind of underestimated these bosses quite a bit, and then I think he... Does he damage himself now? No, he still hurts me for quite a bit. The fusion's not even working. So, I definitely underestimated this boss a ton. Still, be smart. Set up your Ramakites, set up your barriers, especially against fire formation ones, because... As you've seen, he's kind of wrecking my team. He's doing a ton of damage. I was playing a bit lax, you know, going through everything else. All those Beast Hunter battles, they're pretty easy. No, the bosses can still pack a pretty punch if you don't play it properly. So here I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to revive. I'm about to merge Madame anyway, and she's not going to gain level regardless. So the experience to her, not really needed. It doesn't really end up being that important. So I just finish the guy off and just get him out of the way. Because, like I said, not actually too important that Madame gets this experience. It wouldn't be enough to level her up. Level ups at this point take a lot of experience. And I'm going to be merging her and resetting her experience regardless. So, in the end, not the biggest loss. It's just, yeah, I played that really clumsily. And I get a bunch of really cool things and items I can't actually use. Now, what do I end up getting? Because you get some really cool items from fighting these bosses. It's actually kind of interesting to go through them all again. I get something that toughens Drak weaknesses. And also, I get more vitality onto Fu, which is always nice. Extra defense onto one of my squishier ones. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. And what is this, then? Is this another Drak thing, I think? Yeah, because the Busalanum. So yeah, I get 2 things that boost Draks, which is nice, because I actually have a Drak in a secondary formation that I'm training for the purpose of the arena, because there's actually one arena battle that you need to have. It's a merge limited tournament. You only can have 2 merges, so I actually had to make a whole new team just for that formation, so... Kind of interesting how that works. But that's actually it for this Fire Forest. I think I quickly just go ahead and check these last few areas for goodies. But that hesitation there, as I'm like, should I take the jewel? No. I don't want to waste doing my inventory. But yeah, you can fight the bosses. Be careful, they still are very tough. This still is a Final Forest after all. It's the boss of a Final Forest. They can still do a pretty decent amount of damage. So... That's actually it for the Fire Forest. That covers everything for that I encountered. So we're gonna go back to the temple, quickly turn on our new we do have a new Og to hatch. And a Ku, I guess, that really doesn't matter. But, like I said, it's nice that we were able to get those Drak boosting things, because I actually have a Drak that I would be using at some point. Actually, I think I have a Drak, I have 2 Ogs, and I have a Leaf. So we're actually going to be using the 3 types of Divine Beasts that I didn't use before in the secondary team. So it's kind of a nice coverage where I'm using a bunch of Divine Beasts I didn't get a chance to use, which is kind of nice. So, that'll be fun. Always nice to have a secondary team. Anyway, this one we've seen before, so, no big deal. And this one's the new one. Is this an Earth Og or a Wind Og? It's pure white, and it looks like to be a Wind... I guess it's probably the type of Divine Beast that uses Petrify, you know, it's like the instant death thing, the skull thing, except it's the wind version of it. That's what I would imagine. That's the only Divine Beast I can think of, is the wind one. It's the only Og I can think of that's a wind one. So it's probably that, especially because it has Adsula, a magic type one. I mean, the skull one's kind of the only magic type Chew, so... But yeah, as you can see, I do kind of have a secondary team here. I'm going with the secondary team. I am going with all the ones that actually ended up having different abilities. I'm not even sure. What am I going through? Oh yeah, I'm checking. Yeah. I was wondering what Adsula is. Yeah, Adsula is just the sleep one. So that's that though. So
Thank you.
I believe we're wrapping up this episode here. So yeah, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. I'm not sure what else I'm going to check before we end this episode, but basically the next part of this, we're going to go ahead and tackle the Wind Forest. So with more post commentary, it's going to be very exciting. So I will see you guys there. Bye-bye.